And we are live. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Chad Christian coming at you with another exciting episode of Changing the Tech Scene, episode 13, if you guys can believe it. Lucky number 13. With me, as always, now my super co-host is Eric over at Easy Computer Solutions. How you doing, Eric?
Oh, just great. Fantastic. Another Tuesday is number 13, and that's my second episode on this show. So enjoying it.
Fantastic, man. Glad to have you here. Adit's going to be on here in just a little bit. This is really late for him over in India. And Lon, my man, Win, the winners win, is not going to be here today. I think he's on site somewhere shooting for a review video. So we're going to have to let him pass. He gets a pass.
You got them all tied up. I tell you what, the videos, man, review. This is the most exciting part of this season right here is review season.
Oh, yeah. Considering from October until Christmas, yeah, we need to ramp things up. YouTube's going to get crazy. Hopefully for us, we'll get a little bit of pocket change and revenue.
Well, my channel keep getting demonetized, so I got to keep fighting YouTube every day. So.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, you got to be. Well, when you have 30 guests on the show and everybody's dropping pounds, the YouTube bot, man, will smash your life.
Oh, man. Yeah, it is fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's great, man. Doing good things over there on the show. We'll talk about that at the end. Hey, real quick, want to give a shout out to my sponsors. I'm going to go ahead and post this up on my screen. Our primary sponsor, of course, is Slick Wraps. Make sure you guys check them out over at slickwraps.com. You can also use my link, sw.life/CoachCWC. If you want further deepened discounts, you can see all the goodies they have over there. Also, remember, they have more than just wraps for your phones, also devices and laptops. Very cool stuff. Also, a shout out to NVIDIA for their GeForce Now product. If you're using an iMac or any MacBook, even a MacBook Air, you can play your Steam titles on that. Make sure to check that out. And again, thank you to Astro Gaming for their wonderful headset and support of the channel. That's it for that. How about we get into some news?
Woo! News!
All right, man. Hey, to top it off, Apple Watch 3 LTE. So real quick now, I'm wearing that right now. The pros, I just want to get that out of the way before I go smashing it up into little pieces. Battery life is absolutely fantastic. If you guys are coming from the One, or you don't have an Apple Watch yet and you're looking at jumping over to the Apple bandwagon, this is a fantastic battery. I've wore it all day today. I did a 30-minute workout this morning, plus notifications all day, texting and everything. I'm at 94% battery.
Man, that's awesome.
It's over 13 hours of use. My wife gets the same thing. She works out for like 2 hours a day, uses it all day long. And she goes to bed with it about 75%. This thing is the Energizer Bunny. So
really,
yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know, optimization, or they were just so worried about, the LTE using up all the battery that they, overcompensated, or, a special chip that's in there. Because remember, they said it's 70% faster than the original. So maybe it doesn't have to use the higher processor like a computer has a low processor and a high processor, but holy crap. So if you're on the fence, get it. Other than that, if you're on AT&T, I think you're SOL. Verizon is having a ton of problems. A, activation, B, network doesn't work. I'm on T-Mobile. Calls work perfectly fine when you're not tethered to your phone, because remember, it's LTE. We're supposed to be able to, go anywhere you want as long as you have tower reception.
Right.
So I can make phone calls, and now I can do text messages, so SMS works. But guess what? No data. The data does not work. So if you're not tethered to your phone and you go, hey, I want to see what's on Twitter or Instagram, you just get a red, it looks like a cell phone with a cross, like a Ghostbuster symbol.
Oops.
So wah wah.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. What's so funny about everything you're saying about the Apple Watch? I'm watching a few YouTubers, and I'm hearing just the opposite about the battery life. You're the first person that said the battery life is king supreme. And I was like, wow, because everybody kind of been mentioning that the battery life been terrible.
Yep. Yeah, look at now I've been talking to Erica, the technology nerd who likes to film stuff, and we've been talking back and forth almost every day since we've had them. And because we both noticed we had the same issue, you know, with the data problem, so we were trying to solve it. And she did say once she solves it or finds out, she's going to put me in a mention in a video. So thank you. But she was saying that she's getting the same great battery life too. So is Bored at Work. And who was the other one that I just saw out there today? It was Dom. Maybe it wasn't Dom Esposito. It was I Justine, somebody, but I can't remember. But somebody was tweeting it out today too that, yeah, fantastic battery life. So I'm not sure. Maybe the guys that are testing it are not having it tethered, because remember, just like any system, including your phone, if it's not on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth tethered, it's using the LTE service. And LTE is only supposed to be, I believe, 12 hours on the network and only 1 hour of talk time.
Talk time, right? Yeah. Okay.
So, and if anybody thinks that's not long enough, you're crazy. When's the last time you made a 60-minute phone call? This isn't 1990. Right? We don't need call waiting on our watch. It's a 2-minute call. Yes, I will be there. Yes, I'm running late. Yes, I'll pick that up. I mean,
I'll pick up the milk, the bread, the cheese.
Yeah, come on, man.
It don't matter where I'm on my Apple Watch, so let me hang up.
Yeah, that's right. Hang up on you. Oh, and just real quick too, before we get going, if we hit 100 today, if we hit 100 live viewers, and I know it slowly creeps up, and the funny thing is we start getting tons and tons and tons right at the very end of the show, but if we hit 100 today, I'm going to give one of these watches away. Your choice, as long as it's Sport, LTE, Apple Watch 3. So Coach family out there, if you guys want to be blasting that out, because it's going to go to somebody that's on the live chat. It's not going to anybody else. So
awesome.
Nobody's doing that.
Awesome.
So a real quick plug too, since we're talking about this, is for my Android watchers. If you want to know what a fantastic device is, yeah, the Frontier S3. There you go. So there it is. That is the Galaxy Gear S3 Frontier. This is my favorite watch, even though it's Tizen. It is not Android Wear. I love this watch. You pair this watch up with the Note 8 or the S8 Plus, man, and you got power, baby. You got Samsung Pay. You got battery for days. Great applications. And to me, the best fitness features there are on a watch, because you don't have to activate it. It knows, man. You get on your bicycle, boom. It's like, hey, you riding your bike, Chad.
Wow.
You know, and 10 minutes later we go, hey, good job, keep riding. I'm like, man, I didn't even turn that on, but all right.
This is the future. I think that's coming.
Yeah, you know, and the need was there because the battery life was horrible. And Samsung had a winner with the Tizen, which is funny because I remember a long time ago on Bored at Work, it's like, hey, man, you got to get back on the Tizen. I'm like, dude, it sucks. I hate it. There's like 3 apps and they're you know, wallpapers. But I got back on it, man. I love it. So it's funny because, you know, jumping back, because you know me, man, I jump back and forth. So of course the iPhone 8 Plus, and, you know, all the Samsung phones, everything is in front of me. I've even got, you know, Flava Flav over here. We got the gold and the brand new black 6 gig version I haven't opened. But I mean, it's funny because I missed my Note.
Yeah.
But the thing is I have to test this iPhone 8 Plus all day, every day, so that I understand it. So when I do the review that these other cats, you know, had it for an hour, oh, there's only 3 things different, I'm going to do a review. No, man, that's not a review. That's a sample.
I see reviews when at release day, you know, they unbox it and all of a sudden you got a full review. So, man, there you go.
Oh yeah, and then, you know, we're gonna get Note 8 versus every single phone on the planet charging. Who was it that made Matthew Modes, man? If you guys haven't checked him out, he does some really cool content.
I'll watch his channel.
Yeah, and you know, the better I want to get, anyways. That's more of the kind of stuff I want to do, not just sitting in front of it and there's a B-roll shot. Yeah, there's the same thing while I do a voiceover. He does cool stuff. You know, he's talking about like. Everybody's like, how fast does it charge? Does it charge with a banana? Can you charge it when you're I'm like, yeah. That's the stuff I'd eventually like to get into, man. Hey, quick shout out, the Reverend's in here. I wanted to get a quick shout out to all my Patreon members. We got the Reverend. You can catch him over at the Rev Play or at the Rev. Oh man, dude, I forgot. He's gonna slap me in the mouth. Yeah, at the Rev Plays. Brandon Reverend, our producer of the show. Also, Ron Waaazupp Lunsford, and of course, Adit Chhabria, who's not on the show, dude. We're coming to get you, man. We're flying to India. We're going to come to get you. We're getting somebody to slap you or pour water on you. It's going down.
It must. I think he got like huge time differences right now. I mean, it's 8.
Yeah, Eastern. When I told him the time, he was like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm so sorry."
It's the same thing that happened to me. I do it at 8 p.m. and it's like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning for most of my guests.
Yeah, it's rough. And a quick shout out too to Don't Hate the Greek. He had a super chat. Don't forget that super chat is in there. He did $10 on the last show. That was very cool, and I forgot to give him a shout out. So I appreciate that, man. Let's move on to the news. This one's just a quick blurb. Microsoft Office 2019 is being released. Just thought you guys would want to know that next year. It does have some cool new updates. They're using the stylus a little bit more. It's going to remember your handwriting. So let's say, Eric, that I sent you something. I said, hey, man, will you check this over? You can handwrite the notes on it, and it actually keeps those on there. Oh, uh-oh. We just found out what the problem is. My producer just said, hey, man, you know that your stream's set to private, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hold on a sec. Hold on, we're having some technical difficulties. Let me see if I can do this without killing the show. That would be fantastic. See, and that's why I got a producer of the show, right?
Yeah, that's okay.
There we go. Let's go.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually looking at the stream, and I got it paused, and I didn't see it.
Yeah. But I didn't either.
Because I'm watching on the Galaxy Note 8. And just looking at the stream now.
I bet my Twitter feed's blowing up. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's hard to run a show and check Twitter and have a conversation and check my notes and.
So I guess we got to do a formal introduction again once we go public.
Yeah, well, I think it kept going. Hopefully, my viewers are still in here and they can notify me right now. Let me. Do you have the live up right now? The live stream? Can you see?
Yeah, I got the live stream. Let me see.
See if it's public.
Oh no, we get it's a no go right now. I'm pressing it in.
I'm looking at it right now. It says it's live. I can't tell if it's. I cannot tell if it's. Lou said, "I've been telling you, Coach, dude, I can't read all this and do the show." All right.
Oh, yeah. We live. We definitely live. Yeah.
Is it public, you guys, or is it still private?
It's public. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, but we have the link. So anybody that went into it through the link, is going to see it. And anybody that's on there, I have no way of telling if this is public or not. And of course, we're going to get a little bit of lag from our guys here. Wow, I apologize for this. I was like, man, the viewership is awful low today. Where is everybody at? Like, Chad, you are so stupid. Yes, I am. I win the dumbass award. Now, where is it? All right, let's go over here. I cannot tell. No one is talking in the chat to let me know. Okay, let me refresh this page. It says it's public, but problem is I have no idea. It's live now on my feed. Okay, so that must mean that we are public.
All right.
Okay, I was like, man, I don't know if we're going to hit that 100 live people today. Oh, here comes the numbers. You know what? I better send this back out. Oh my gosh, everybody's going to kill me. We're going to have to do a real sweet giveaway because, all right, they're saying it's public. Yeah, I'll make it up to you guys. I apologize for that.
Yes. I actually just got the notification. I just got the notification.
Did you? I just heard a ding. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, the good thing is in the rerun, when they watch this when it's not live, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? It looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. awesome.
That live YouTube is like live TV. It just one of those things. It just
oh man, I
it
know,
happens
right?
all the time.
So many things, and people don't realize how much there is to produce a show. They have no idea. That's
I tell you what, I have more bloopers on my live streams than ever.
Oh my gosh. Hey, here's a crazy one too, man. Equifax. Now, any of you guys that have Equifax or are subscribers, like I subscribe to Equifax, TransUnion, you know all that stuff, just to get credit monitoring and paying attention to, to what's going on, anybody hitting your inquiries or, trying to be you out there illegally. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but they had a huge data breach. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I actually read up on it, and they had a couple of 100,000 people. 143 million people, according to this report here, saying that their identity was compromised. So, Equifax is one of the three credit reporting agencies out there. Right. I use Equifax a few times, to kind of look at my credit score. And I hate to see it because I sit there and watch a piece. I eat a piece every time I see my credit going dip down.
Oh, so, yeah. If you use your credit cards at all, it'll just, and then you pay them off.
Yeah. So, and then the CEO, he just kicked the bucket and resigned.
That's right. And it's because that's actually the second time that's happened. Within a year, I believe. The first time was like, it might have been within 2 years, but I know the window was short enough. They're like, what is going on? Because he promised, it'll never happen again. I mean, think about this. Equifax has more information than probably anyone in the world. I mean, next to the other, TransUnion would have more. They're a little bit bigger house, but still, can you believe that? What a mistake. And for them to not take it seriously. I mean, this isn't Sony where somebody stole a movie and released it. This is your social security number, your address, previous employment information. I mean, this is everything you got stolen. This is huge. Here's the other kicker. So I'm an Equifax member, right? I get notified all the time. They never even told me the breach happened. It happened it happened end of July. Nah, nothing. I didn't hear about it until it was on the news. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and the bad thing about it is you get the text messages every time somebody inquires about your credit. And I didn't get no text messages, no emails, no anything about it.
Nope, just trying to cover it up. And here's what's crazy too is somebody on Twitter, John Rettinger, I believe, over at Techno Buffalo. Make sure you guys check him out. Excellent source of tech information. But he put out there that now they sent out an email and it was like, hey, click on here to sign up for their protection plan. And in very small print, it said, if you click here, you will not be able to class action lawsuit against them. So they tried to sneak that in the back door on you.
Yeah, CYA.
Yeah, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And you know how many people's just going to go, I don't want nothing going on with me now.
The thing about it is when you that higher up when it comes down to security, I mean, you have to have 24 hours a day of people just watching the internet, looking at breaches, because you get compromised all day. And it's up to the company, if you want to be secure. And I remember when I was in college and I took hackers classes. I mean, it was one of those things that, man, you have to be on top of it 100%. That's right. It's just like you can't just say, you know what, guys, I'm going to have lunch. I'll just leave my computer open. I ain't worried about it.
Right.
We are living in times now that they got people that's smarter than you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, from my daily job, I handle all the local municipalities, police departments, ambulance companies, all the FBI tie-ins for all these guys, all that. So security is obviously number one, plus HIPAA compliant laws, government compliant laws, all this other stuff. So when I tell you guys something, like when I tweet it out, man, pay attention. When I'm like, hey, put in that dual authentication, the 2 authentication layers, as many as you can. And I'm talking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything you have, make sure all of you guys are putting that in there, because if they get one out of this country, 99% of the time you're using the same password for all your social feeds, and hopefully not your banking accounts. I use different passwords for financial institutions versus goofy,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, video game stuff.
of the word password, right? I mean,
yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's like a study saying that like a large amount of Americans use the word password 1, 2, 3 for their password.
Yeah, so seriously, make sure you guys do. Hey, special shout out to Don't Hate the Geek, man. Awesome. Love that guy. He's a huge supporter. Same for Tech for Your Needs. The Nasty Worm is in here. Let me try to get a quick shout out. Joe Robinson, good to have you in here, buddy. Lou, Board, Buddha Rod, always great seeing you, man. Love your guys' work. They took me in a long time ago, by the way. They nurtured me into the being I am today. This spawn came from Board at Work. Buddy Zer23, good to have you in here. Joe Robinson, as always, great to have you guys. So yeah, so make sure you do. The funny thing is this morning when I was typing up, hey, what we're going to talk about, my Twitter phone, it'll alert you when somebody's trying to log into your phone. It'll say, hey, you're trying to change your password. Here's your authentication code. It did that twice. I'm like, I haven't tried to change anything.
Right. And a lot of people do that. And it is, I agree. And it's like, okay, thank you for letting the hacker just hack into your account.
Yeah, and the good thing with Facebook, when you guys turn on that dual authentication, is it's going to say right where it came from. It'll say, hey, did you try to log in from Venezuela? And you'd be like, no. Hey, what's up, Chicago Herbs? Hey, good to have you in here, man. So that's what's crazy, right? Hey, aren't they? They're one of your followers, right? Easy.
Yeah, I got some followers that's popping in. We got Timothy.
All right, man. Timothy Baxter, good to have you in here, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you guys
Chicago
over here.
Tech for Your Needs. All them guys coming.
I apologize. We were running the stream for the first 16 minutes in private. Special VIP members only.
Yeah. Special Patreon. This that Patreon for 15 minutes.
Right. But I had something else too I was going to do a giveaway for, and I don't remember. It was like if we hit 75 today, I can't remember. I think I was going to give away like an iPhone 6 Plus or something. I don't remember. But I'll make it up to you guys. I'm good for it. But further in the news, this is pretty funny. Bill Gates is using an Android phone. Whoa! Look at Don't Hate the Geek, dude. Hold on a second. Don't Hate the Geek just super chatted for $20. See, man, I love this guy. This guy is a stud, man. Thank you so much. Huge supporter, man. I need like a banner. I'm gonna mention you every week now for that for quite a while. That's pretty cool because he's done it 2 weeks in a row. Guy's fantastic. Super chat is open, not begging, but hey, we appreciate it. But so Bill Gates is using an Android phone. If that doesn't tell you that the Windows phone system is friggin' dead, right? That's like, where's my hammer? Where's the nail? Where's the coffin?
But you know what? Here's the thing. Microsoft Stores is actually selling the DeX and the Galaxy S8 combination preloaded with Microsoft, the suite of Microsoft apps on there. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we heard this a long time ago when the Galaxy S8 came out, that Microsoft will be selling in store the Galaxy S8 Plus or 8 along with DeX. Want the Microsoft suite included on there. So it was already in the making to put that on the end caps and kind of get rid of those old Lumias,
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. The Lumias with the fantastic cameras and horrible battery life and no app support. Yeah, we remember them. We were part of that generation.
Yeah. I tell you what I did. I remember back in when I was all in on Microsoft. I really like back to back. I did like 40 video, just nothing but Microsoft. I did a whole period of nothing but Microsoft, and I was praising the company, talking about the interface was great, the speed, the cameras. I mean, you got to get the 960 XL. Oh my God, hooray! Yeah. And I'm like,
40 megapixel cameras, add-ons. Remember, battery pack add-ons.
Then all of a sudden, Microsoft just pulled the plug. I mean, started laying off the mobile division, and
man, I knew it was bad news when they bought them, dude. Seriously. Yeah. The Lumia division. Oh my gosh. You know what's funny too? Adit, I'm gonna kick your butt, man. If I see you at CES, dude, I'm drowning you in a pool of beer. It's happening. He's like, hey, are we gonna talk tonight about HTC getting picked up by Google? I was like, listen, man, I forgot to put it in there, but you're gonna bring it up. So he ain't even here to bring it up, man.
Yeah, you're not here to bring it up. Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna talk about it on behalf of Adit. So Google picked up a piece of HTC. I think it's only one small fraction of the phone division, though, just for that Pixel line or, you know, some of the technology behind it. So they didn't buy the whole thing. It wasn't like they bought out HTC and there went the Vive and everything else. But what are your thoughts on that, man? You think they're just going to take some stuff and run? Are they going to bury it like Motorola, or you think they'll actually do something with it?
Well, the thing about it is, I mean, look at HTC history. HTC bring in very good product. They made some terrible mistakes, you know, as far as marketing and not having any devices available. I believe that HTC been bleeding money for a long time. So this nice little chunk of change that they got from Google was pretty good. It's a win-win. Google wants so many engineers, and HTC can continue to make devices, and then they got a $1 billion bump. So no longer in the red, they can kind of be a little above water. But here's the thing. What happened with Motorola and Google, it just kind of make me like, what's going to happen with HTC? But kind of reading between the lines of the deal, I think Google wanted some of the engineers because, we got the Pixels coming out every year. I mean, really and truly, look at that, the design of the Pixel. They need a little help, in my opinion. They need somebody to kind of give them some breath of fresh air and say, you know what? I mean, come on, guys, we got to do something with this design. So I think this is where we're going to go ahead with this. And it may be a good thing, but we will see because, Google have gobbled up Motorola and then spit them out after they took all the patents. So let's see what they do.
Yeah, and that is a big worry, man. And I don't. That's why I said I don't know if they're after their patents, and I know there's some laws against that actually now. But I mean, if it's in their contract, it's in their contract, right? It just says we're going to eat your patents and then run away.
Yeah.
Some of the guys in here brought up some very good points. Let me bring this up here. So don't hate the geek. Very excited for the T-Mobile and Sprint merger. That's been talked about for years. I mean, that's not official, right? And I thought it was Sprint looking at buying T-Mobile, not the other way around.
Well, John Legend has gained his fame over the last couple of years by just surpassing poor Sprint, and Sprint that changed CEOs. I mean, right now Sprint is in dire need. I don't know if they bleed money or not, but right now John Legend on top of the food chain right now.
For sure. I think they did move into number 3, but I could have swore that Sprint still has higher amount of stock value. I could be wrong on that. Maybe they're saying number 3. I was thinking 3 is a network size, not dollar wise, but I'll have to check more into that. So I'm glad you guys brought that up. Don't hate the geek. Very cool. Timothy Baxter said that the New York Police Department's getting rid of 45,000 window phones and getting iPhones. So welcome to the 2000s.
I thought they did it. I mean, I know a lot of like the Pentagon and they all went on to ditch their Blackberries and stuff like that. So I see.
You want to talk about terrible support, man? Because I support Fortune 500 companies, and a lot of them were using Blackberries back in the day, which I'm so glad that BlackBerry got destroyed because their mail system for servers and integration was the worst thing ever. I mean, it was horrible. Their tech support was horrible. Nobody knew what was going on. I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was real bad. And I had the direct phone number to Microsoft and Novell, like the #1, golden ticket guy. Right. And we still couldn't get this stuff to work in some of these companies, $4 billion companies, like your mail structure sucks because of BlackBerry. So when it left, I'm like, bye, Felicia. # bye, Felicia. Horrible. Tech for your needs says Google's buying a part of HTC for the patents. Yep, I could see that. Don't hate the geek says we'll take years to fully switch from LTE from CDMA. Yeah, CDMA. What a joke.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody on there. The Heat magazine's in here. Is that one of your crew?
The Heat magazine. I don't know. I see a lot of these guys come through. Hit my stream. So maybe that's a new member. Welcome. All right. Subscribe to the channel.
Well, good to see you. The Heat magazine. We're gonna have to check out your site. He says he's talking about it on his site, MBGR. So we will definitely check it out. And speaking of Apple and the New York Police Department, they're gonna get a new search engine. So instead of using the old Bing trash, Microsoft, stop doing it. Navigator, Bing, you are now going to get Google.
That's it.
Which is unbelievable. Can you believe that? I mean, that's
I mean, you know, Google
insane.
is powerful. Google is powerful. I mean, you know,
yeah, there is nothing better, right?
Yeah. And I tell you what, I using Microsoft PCs, and you got this Bing pop up, and the first thing I always do is get Chrome. You know, I love the Chrome browser because I mean, I got all kinds of passwords and stuff. And
me too. I love the way it links everything.
And it's just a beautiful layout.
I mean, it's great. Yeah, the add-ons are fantastic. All the extensions are really good.
It's great.
They just work, right?
It just work. And then you could always say the hot word, and you got Google popping up all on your phones. And
well, here's what's weird too. I mean, because of the business, you know, IT, networking, infrastructure, security, all that stuff. It's funny because years ago, you know, it would be like Firefox. Firefox is awesome. I'd recommend Firefox. Then, they had an update. Everything broke. Then it was, Internet Explorer version 9 or 10. It may have been 8. Fantastic. Use this. Then ADP software and payroll didn't work anymore because the JavaScript didn't talk. And then Chrome came out. And I was like, okay, now go to Chrome. So now I'm like, okay, Chrome's been the king literally for, gosh, 5-6 years maybe I've been recommending. Usually I couldn't go over a year without saying, no. That was last year's recommendation. We need to flip over. You need to go back to AOL.
We got mail.
Yeah, right. You got no mail because this Explorer sucks.
Oh, God, that was terrible.
Right?
Oh, man, I mean, God.
How about Microsoft getting to get a little sidetracked here? And then we're going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to let you do that giveaway, Eric. But how about Microsoft getting sued back in the day? Because on Windows 95, I believe, their first, actual Windows system, because I was around at 3 and 3.11 with Workgroup, all that stuff. Before NT even existed, the core kernel they're using on everything, which was Unix, but that's a whole other story. But anyways, so they got sued because they actually weren't allowing other people to put the stuff on there. So they were holding everybody hostage, and they were like, oh, no, we're willing to work with you. So you can put Netscape Navigator, Communicator, I think it was called back then, right on top of Windows. They didn't work with nobody. They're like, nah. Nah. And think about it. It made them the kings they were. And sure, later they ended up getting sued, but who cares?
Right.
Later doesn't matter in this tech world. Samsung did the same thing, and I know I bring it up, but think about it. The first Samsung Galaxy phone directly ripped off the first Apple phone. Good for you guys, Samsung, knowing they're going to get sued later. And later they lost, what, $1 billion lawsuit? Who cares? They make $4 billion a year off their phones and profits now. Does $1 billion matter anymore? You know what I'm saying?
You know, they kind of swap each other parts, and they talk. I tell you, when I
build all your panels at a premium.
It is one of those things that when big companies like Apple and Samsung get sued, and they all, you hear it all on social media. They hate each other. They don't hate each other. Trust me.
Hey, don't hate the geek. Man, I love this guy. He said, Chad, we need to sponsor a giveaway sometime on your show. Brother, I'd have no problem with that. As you know, and let's go ahead and do a giveaway right now from Slick Wraps. Make sure you guys check them out over at slickwraps.com. Eric. I think it's you, man. I think it's time for you to give away something nice. I'm going to flip the screen over to Slick Wraps so everybody can drool about what they're about to win. We're going to pick one winner, a wrap of your choice for a phone. So you can do anything you want. Trivia question. I don't care if you go sports, outside of the box. Pick a number, a color. Who's your favorite coach? Anything you want to do.
Since we got this beautiful iPhone that's sitting up there, the hot topic and the question for tonight to win this wonderful Slick Wrap is the iPhone 10. When is the pre-order and when is the release date? There's 2 dates. That's it. The first person to get the 2 dates win the Slick Wraps.
Oh yeah, I know that one, Coach. Put me in, Coach. I know that one, Coach.
So the hot question of the day, the first person that get this right, it wins the Slick Wrap. The Apple iPhone 10 RX, when is the pre-order date and when is the release date? So
Victor just popped in there.
All right, so we got one. We need 2 dates. It's 2 dates. When is
Victor just popped in there again.
You got to have 2 dates.
You got it in there. I think Victor got it right. It's October 27th and November 3rd, right?
That's it.
Yep. So one's your pre-order. You guys make sure to mark that on your calendar for my iOS army.
Woohoo!
let's see.
So Victor got it. Victor, October 27th and November 3rd.
Good job, Victor. We're going to do another giveaway, probably about 10 minutes. We're not going to last much longer on the show, but I want to do another giveaway for screwing up and having that set to private. So what I'm going to do is I will give away. Let me get this off the screen. Live, man. We're live. I'm going to give away a $25 Apple gift card, which you can use anywhere you want. Victor, DM me your information. If I don't follow you right now, send me a message and I will click follow and we'll get you that slick wrap out right away. Congratulations on that win. Very cool. I'll make sure to announce that later. And don't let me forget, in about 10 minutes, we're going to give away a $25 Apple gift card, and you can use that anywhere. So I don't think it's country restricted. I could be wrong, but I'll actually take a picture and send you the code information when I scratch the back up for you. So let's move on to some quick news. How about this? Here's a big one for all my super tech nerds in the group. Intel just announced their 8th generation Coffee Lake processor.
Coffee Lake. I saw that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, it was just Google with these names, right? I mean,
yeah, right. Well, you know, maybe they're thinking it's super energy. You'll stay awake. Why didn't they get a deal with Red Bull? The Red Bull Lake.
But it won't come out until next year.
That's correct. Yep. Yeah. So don't get your. They're talking about October.
Well, I've heard that. I've heard some rumors saying that it won't come out until next year.
I don't know. Let me. Well, these guys could be wrong. I'm looking at this this Extreme Tech that I pulled
October
this up.
5th. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Yep. You know, who knows? This is just all hearsay as far as it goes. We don't know the prices. These are anticipated. Well, here's the thing, right? AMD came out and popped the bubble on having these super multi-cores. So Intel's like, oh crap. Quad cores just not enough. We need to add 2 more cores.
Yeah, we need to get Deca cores and all.
That's right. So that's what they did. They honestly just put 2 more cores onto each of these systems, which, as you can see, will be the Core i3, i5, and i7, just like before, and it'll be the 8000 series instead of the 7000. So any of you guys that literally just upgraded your system,
wow,
take it back.
Wait,
my miners. Now here's the thing, right? And this is what is just fantastic about having other companies fighting for space, is that AMD now has forced Intel to probably push a product that they might not have done so fast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Apple needs Samsung, Samsung needs Apple, Intel needs AMD, and vice versa. Otherwise, they don't care. Well, what would they do? We'd be in the Steve Jobs world, like I talked about on your show the other day, right? It'd be 1 or 2 things for the phone, and that's going to last you for 6 months.
That's it. That's it.
We got a new color. It's red.
It's red.
6 months.
Yes. Get it right now. Why it's hot.
That's right. It's going to sell out real fast.
Yes. Stand in line for 30 days and 30 nights.
Yeah. Timothy Baxter said, for content creation, Ryzen is the best choice right now. That's not exactly true, but Ryzen is better because of the price point, because there are Xeon processors that'll destroy the Ryzen, because I run them on a bunch of pizza platters and stuff for servers, and we run tons of web farms, so we are not running that on Ryzen. But yeah, for home people, it's better for the budget because of the multi-core that it has. But trust me, Intel has way more powerful processors. Yeah. But you're going to pay a huge premium when you get into those Intel X's and Quad Xeon, systems that require a license per processor, and it gets stupid out there.
Well, Apple's going to try to do it in December with the Xeon processor with the Mac Pro, right? So we got that big.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, what does it start at, like $5,000?
Yeah, like $5-6 grand. But you could get the 128 gigs or something for like 11,000-12,000 or so. I don't know. I think it's
cost of a new Toyota.
Yeah, so I think one of the configurations if you go all in with the higher.
Yeah, I remember that. Somebody posted that. Yeah. Just using the algorithm of what they charge for RAM and physical SSDs, and they're like $14,000.
$11,000. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, Michael Malik just put in here 11,500. Dude, I ain't paying 11,500. Now here's what's crazy, because back in the day, obviously PC prices were really expensive, but like a server, dude, I can easily go over that. That's not even the licenses. You know what I mean? You get up to 100K for a server with some licenses. So, but the homes are not ready for that, right? This is like old Steve Jobs days, you know?
Yeah.
The old pre-Mac, the Macintosh, it was like $29.99, and back then it was like, you know, it would have been like 20 grand.
And you know what? I have this great debate on my channel a lot. I know we got to move on, but people say Apple is too high, and I'm saying, you know, that's Apple history. They've always been high. And I pulled up something from 1984, 85 when they were selling PCs at $2,500 a pop in 84, 85. So Apple's always been high. So it's not. I don't know how people get shocked at Apple. Isn't it that their prices have came down over the last couple of decades?
Oh yeah, for sure. And again, it's because, you know, everybody pushing the products out, and by doing that, it forces everybody to lower. And the other reason too is it really isn't just like, hey, another company came out. Well, the thing is, obviously, as technology gets better and better and better,
costs get lower.
Yeah, it's exactly right. The costs get lower on what they're producing. So you're right. There might be some super quad Xeon processor that costs $1 million today, but you know, by the end of next year's manufacturing run, it'll be half the price.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and that's the price you pay, right? Because I remember laughing at everybody when they get the Mac cans, and I was like, oh my gosh, this thing sucks. I mean, it's horrible for the price. Like, you guys are smoking the Apple juice. Yeah, because it's bad.
Well, I mean, think about this, and again, I know we got to move on. The first generation Apple Watch, remember that one? $18,000 for that all gold watch.
Gold, like the
all gold watch.
Like that firmware isn't gonna, like the firmware isn't gonna die in a year and make that thing worthless. It's not a Rolex.
Money, give us the money.
Yeah, they're pushing it pretty hard, man. But you know, and this is gonna hit some core people. I mean, I'm actually looking at the iMac, but of course I've got my Beast next to me. But this will have some people, you know, the big money makers, MK, BHD, all these guys, they'll run out, be the first ones to buy these things because it really doesn't matter. I mean, you know, he's going to get $10,000 for that video and a free system out of it. So does it really matter? No, but he'll be the guy marketing it, and everybody on here is like, wow, I really want it because it's black. Wow, it looks awesome, right?
Awesome, yeah.
Colorware, if you're watching this, come check me out, man. We'll make all this stuff black, and we won't sell it for $5 grand. We'll sell it for $4.
Yeah, $39.99.
That's right. Hey, let's do a giveaway, man. Everybody's been waiting patiently. I know the show has run on a little bit, and I apologize, but man, you get me and Eric on here. It's a wonderful thing. It just
we like to have fun, man.
Yeah, it's ebony and ivory, man. We just let it go. We could be here all night. Yeah. Listen, let's give away a $25 Apple gift card. There it is, nice and shiny. I'll DM it to whoever wins this. Let's do a giveaway. Eric, let's test your knowledge, man. I know you gave them the release information about the iPhone 10, but how about this? Let's give them something easy about the iPhone 10 since we're talking about it, and it is an Apple gift card. The first person that can tell me, and you can't win twice, Victor, so stop Google fingers. I know he's already like, yeah. That just gets ready, shaking it, clearing it off. Come on, man. Who can tell me how many gigs of RAM is in the iPhone 10, and what did they do differently to the front-facing camera? I'm sorry, to the dual camera on the back of that system that is not in the iPhone 8 Plus. So it's a two-parter. How many gigs of RAM? Eric, I know you know that right away. Yeah. Oh, boom, Jason got the first one, but does he have the second? Oh, Michael got it too. What did they do to the second camera? I'm looking for something different. But you know what? I'm going to give it to Jason because No, he hit it anyways. So they did change the aperture. They're the first lens. What is it, a 1.6 or is it a 1.7?
I think it was a 1.7.
Yeah, 1.7 on the back. But they did the same thing as the V30. They made that secondary lens optical image stabilization.
Right. Well,
yeah, which is cool. To me, I think that's a big deal. Yes, I would rather have it be a widescreen versus, just a second zoom optical. But the fact that if you're shooting 4K at 60 frames a second, and now we have that dual optical, buddy, yeah, that's going to be nice. Jason, congratulations, buddy. Glad to have you here. Make sure you DM me over on Twitter. Again, it's CoachCWC. Oh, and by the way, everybody, before you run out, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe so you guys are notified of the next time that we do this. Last thing on the news, and congrats again, Jason, is the new thermostat. This is the new Nest thermostat. Now, I don't know if anybody uses any of these. I actually have a video on it if you guys are interested, with the full home automation from the Hue lightings to, I haven't done the robot vacuum. I do have that now. But what else did I put on there? Oh, motion sensor lighting and the Nest thermostat. Have you used one of these, Eric?
You know what? I never used it. I actually think I've been contacted by Nest once or twice, and to check it out. And so I never used it yet. It's kind of hard. I didn't think I could make a video about it. That's the thing. That's why I didn't accept the offer. Like, I think they contacted me and said, "Hey, we got this new Nest thing." And I'm like, "How could I do a video on Nest?" And I'm like, I don't know if I can, my wife would allow me to change stuff around, the thermostat and all that. And I got to set up cameras and all that.
That's what it was. It was Google Home just came out. That's why I did it. So I wanted to do a full home automation. Yeah, man, I went out and spent like $1,000. I think my wife was ready to shoot me, with the Nest and the lights. And I have all the light bulbs here because we just moved. So I'm going to do it in here. Plus the motion sensors, all the Hue lights, the color bulbs. I had it theater rooms that would light up. And so I did a whole video on it, but I'm telling you, the Nest is actually a great product because it remembers what you're doing. So let's say you and your wife both work, you're in and out of the house. It has a motion sensor. It recognizes when you're home, when you're not. At night, you know how you always end up turning it down, like a lot of people do anyways. We do at night. We turn that air, or heat off, wherever you're at. But you change the climate control all the time. It's not just at this time I want it to be this and this time I want it to be this. It starts to remember by your schedule. So eventually it will save you money because you're not dinking with it all the time. So it knows to start ramping that temperature down or turning that temperature up because, hey, Eric comes back home at 5 p.m. I want the temperature at this. You know what I mean? Right. So it's pretty cool that it'll say, hey, your wife was the last one to leave the house. So at, whatever time, it'll be like, boom, start to turn that heat off. So, it's actually really cool. Yeah, Michael brings a good point. It takes about 15 minutes to hook up. It does too. Literally, if you guys check out my video, I actually show you how to install it. I go through the whole thing, man. Tim the Toolman Taylor style. The funny thing is it's one of my highest paid videos out there, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Cool. I didn't take the offer. Because I'm sitting around like, oh man, the Oracle, which I call my wife the Oracle. See, on my channel, we call our wife the Oracle. And our matrix.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I saw that on there.
Yeah. And so we said like the Oracle just ain't gonna let you just be camped out by the thermostat, changing it out, and got cameras all set up and stuff, and like, what you doing at our house?
Yeah, get out of there.
Cool Ray.
Yeah. So buddies are 23 just said, yeah, it is. It cools and heats when they wake up. We don't have to touch it at all. So that is cool. So the new Nest thermostat, I think they're calling it Nest. I don't know if I have, nope. But it's the Nest thermostat E. So I don't know if that means econ mode or economy. It's actually, I think it's $100 less, if I'm not mistaken. But they actually said it's got better features. So it's using a black and white panel versus a color. So you're not paying for the color. It also doesn't have the stainless steel, chrome, and all the fancy stuff that goes with it. So it's literally a thermostat that has the brains built in, doing what you really want it to do, not looking like, who's staring at your thermostat? Wow, that's a really nice thermostat you got there.
Nice. Yeah, you got a big screen on there, all kinds of animation.
You feel like your appliances. That's very nice, Eric.
And I mean, it's snowing and all that stuff. You got a big LCD screen there.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Now, Paul Gardner just said it stands for expensive. No, man, the E's supposed to be economy.
Yeah.
Stop it. Just stop it. Timothy says, hey, Chad, ask Eric if the Oracle is going to camp out with him for the iPhone 10.
No, I'm a pre-order it, man. I was going to camp out. I did it last year. I camped out for the iPhone 7, but I'm not camping out for the iPhone 10. I'm going to just pre-order. I'm going to just do it the best I'll let it come to my front door.
That's right. Michael, you're right. If you have the regular Nest, there's no reason to upgrade. There's nothing on it. And if they add any little tricks to it, there's going to be a BIOS update that'll let you do the same thing. But yeah, as far as I know, I could be wrong, but do your homework. I don't think it has any extra, processor or chip or something that changes the dynamics of the system. So Paul Gardner says the Oracle knows best, my friend.
Yeah, and what? After I be on here and be on my live streams, and I'm starting to get a lot of the guys that did stuff to meet me, and some of my old subscribers that watch me all the time. All of a sudden now they calling their wives the Oracle.
I think my wife would smack the out of me if I called her the Oracle. My wife's like the football goddess, though. She is the NFL queen. I'm serious. She's always on these talk shows, the XM radio shows, and oh my gosh, she is the guru of football. She's out there right now doing fantasy football. So
wow,
yeah, it's crazy. It's funny because me and my boys, we'll be at the bar or whatever talking football, and my wife would just be like, "Yeah," they're like, "Holy crap, dude!" I'd be like, "Yeah, I know." And I'm always like, well, if she could work on a car, it'd be the perfect woman.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, man. But anyways, hey, thanks a lot, you guys, for being a part of the show. Fantastic show today. Eric, you are the man. I'm so glad to have you on here. Listen, tell everybody about, I know you're on like 8 days a week. Let them know where you're at, where they can find you. Over at Easy Computer Solutions. Let them know.
All right, so this is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. I do 3 live streams a week, which is Monday. I do what's called Monday Morning Hangover early in the morning, which you got to get your cup of coffee. We talk about all kinds of stuff. And then on Wednesdays and Saturdays, I try to bring on some special guests so we could talk about tech, technology and life, whatever. And I try to upload a video probably every other day. So yeah, I'm pretty much on YouTube 8 days a week. And I try to take a break every now and then, but I'm there, and I listen to my subscribers, and I get a lot of emails, a lot of comments about the channel and stuff. And so I really do appreciate everybody's support that come on through here and support the channel, and go from there. One day I want to be big like you, Chad.
Yeah, right. You want to be a big nobody too? 5 easy videos for $14.95 plus $10 shipping and handling.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to have a pretty nice stream tomorrow. I'm having all female guests.
Really? Yeah, I don't want to be on that.
Oh, it's going to be nice.
That's too many oracles. That's like a 300. Remember the movie 300?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like with a bunch of women in there.
Yeah.
With that.
I'll tell you what, I had a female guest on last week, and it was fantastic. So I'm having all shouts out to my producers that get that done. But yeah, I'm supposed to have 3 female guests tomorrow, so that's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's awesome. Timothy said, Chad, come to Eric's live stream tomorrow night because we need more eye sheep over there.
I'm the one that actually bring balance, because I'm the hope of iPhone, because I always talk about, say, well, hold on, guys, I understand a lot of Android fans, before I know we got to go, a lot of Android fans like it's too expensive, $1,000, Apple's crazy.
Well, here's my thing, right? I love technology. I don't care what it is. Listen, I use more technology than people ever have to see in their lives. More operating systems. My laptops, I usually carry 6 or 7 operating systems on them. So it isn't like, oh, I get to like this, or oh, I get to like that. That's why I laugh when people say stuff, because I'm like, man, if you understood all of it, you wouldn't be like, I just like, it's like the same thing in my field. Oh, Unix is better. Oh, Novella's better. Microsoft's better. Like, dude, they're all good, because every one of them has strengths. Every one of them has weaknesses. And if you are And I'm talking to you guys on Eric's show. I'm blasting you. Here it comes, shotgun from Coach. If you guys are saying there is a technology like that that isn't great or up to your satisfaction, or iSheep and all this other crap, sorry, man. You are not high enough in the tech totem pole, and you need to come back down before you talk tech.
You know, I do try to intimidate those days. I try to bring a little balance in when they go to bash an apple. I say, hold on, let me be the devil's advocate. You know, say, hey, you know. So yeah, but we get on the topic of Apple, it's a slugfest. You know.
Yeah, it's always like that. But like I said, I'll never understand that, because you should love all technology, right? I'm not going to say, hey, I only like my Android phones, or I only like my Apple phones, or, you know, I only like Google Glass. Well, I only like HoloLens. You know, I only like Vive. I only like Oculus Rift. Guess what, man? It's all great. And if you're stuck in a hole, fanboy on anything, man, you should definitely not be doing videos, because you don't have a freaking clue. That means every video you make is going to be biased. You're not going to actually dig into what it is, which means you're not going to give these viewers exactly what they need, which is, I love everything. Every single product that comes out, I don't care who makes it. I don't care what the manufacturer is. If it's technology, baby, I love it, and I'll bring it to you. And that's going to do it for my show today. Make sure you guys tune in every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. As always, it's great seeing you guys. Again, Eric, thank you. Love everybody that's on here. Appreciate you guys. Don't hate the geek. You're awesome, man. Everybody else, peace out.